Oops.
Okay, we have a quorum.
We have a quorum.
All right. And then welcome to our newest member of Planning Commission, Sean Axton. Looking forward to having you on the team.
We want to ask him to share a little bit about where he's coming from so we know a little bit about him.
That sounds great. Can we do that out of order? All right, go for it.
Hello, my name's Sean Axton. I have a land surveying and mapping company here in town, and it's kind of where my interest comes. I've been kind of before you all several times, but a lot of it lately seems like it's been Zoom the last couple of years, so you haven't seen me. You, at best, have seen a little pictorial representation of me, but I've lived here in Norman for, wow, 28 years or something, and just love Norman and really like to be a part of hopefully making it better.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to move to our consent docket, starting with item number 1, consideration of approval, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of the minutes of the January 13th, 2022 regular Planning Commission meeting. And item 2, certificate of survey, consideration of approval, acceptance, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of COS-2122-10, a Norman Rule certificate of survey submitted by Jensen Atkinson, Pollard and Whited Surveying, Inc. for ECAD Way Estates, with a variance in the width of the private drive to 12 feet for a 40.04 acres of property generally located a half-mile east of 84th Avenue Northeast on the north side of Tecumseh Road. Does any member of the commission wish to remove any item from the consent docket? Does any member of the audience wish to remove any item from the consent docket? And if so, please announce which items are being pulled to discuss in their regular order. Seeing none, I take a motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
And a vote.
You may vote. Everyone has voted, and the motion carried 7-0.
Okay, moving to our non-consent items. Item number 3, consideration of adoption, rejection, amendment, and/or postponement of ordinance number O-2122-36 for James L. Adair, request special use for a bar, lounge, or tavern, and renewal of special use for the mixed-use building for property currently zoned C3 Intensive Commercial District located at 205 East Main Street. And I will take the staff presentation.
Hello, Laura Hoggett with the Planning Department. Sorry, the mouse is in a weird spot. All right. We have an application from James L. Adair for special use for bar, lounge, or tavern and special use for a mixed building at 205 East Main Street. So here we have the subject property in the hatched area. It's surrounded by more C3 zoning. The surrounding land use is mostly commercial. It's next to the really tall office building on Peters, if that helps tell you where it is. Here's an aerial of the site. And here it's the building with the green awning. So that's looking north on Main. Ooh, south on Main. Sorry, it was sunny. These buildings are also on the south side. And then looking east, sorry, and looking west on Main Street. And here we have the site plan for the special use. This is an existing building and it's set to remain as is. To have the bar on the first floor and then residential units on the second floor. And then the applicant is here to answer any questions or do a little presentation. Staff's available for questions. And we forward this request for special use for a mixed building and a bar, lounge, or tavern, and proposed ordinance number O-2122-36 to the Planning Commission for consideration.
Thank you. Are there any questions by the commission for staff? Seeing none, we'll take the applicant presentation. Welcome back, Jim.
Promise I'll stay 6 feet back. Maybe you can understand me. First, I want to thank you for being here. I almost feel flattered that 2 months in a row, I think y'all showed up just to visit with me. Last month, I said that redevelopment is always challenging, and I'm here to say the same thing again. When you take a 120-year-old building and try and update it to meet a current need and to meet current codes, and especially to meet ADA, lots of times you feel like you're putting a square peg in a round hole. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that I've done 2 special uses on the same building at the same time. And part of what brought that about was, I believe in late 18 or maybe 2019, we got a special use permit to do loft apartments upstairs. Like a lot of you, we feel like with COVID, we just had a year go in a black hole. And the truth was, we really had trouble coming up with a design that we were happy with because we didn't know what we were going to do with the downstairs. We knew we wanted to do a dedicated entrance for the upstairs. We had to do a fire escape off the back. We have a generator in the back that serves the building next door, which we will relocate on the site, but we didn't know exactly where. And that's all changed now, and it makes it a lot easier when you know where you're heading. We have a lease, contingent obviously upon council permission for the rezoning, with 405 Brewing for them to do a tap room on the ground floor. I'm not real familiar with it, but state law has changed, and they can now do an off-site tap room. We did the one across the street for Big Brew Co. a couple years ago. They were actually brewing on-site, so we did commercial in the front and basically an industrial use in the back on it. This one will just be for the tap room downstairs. But if you've looked at the sidewalk on this corner of Peters and Main, which the city did as part of the enhancement project 15 years ago, it's really complicated. And part of it is, 120 years ago, the building was built on whatever the existing grade was. Literally, the last remodel in this building predated ADA. You come in the front door and you immediately step up 1 step. Well, that doesn't meet code today. The back door, you step down 1 step. And again, we're trying to figure out how to deal with all that. The neat thing with the tenant we've got coming is we're going to do a new entrance to the upstairs at the sidewalk, drop back probably 12 to 14 feet and create a front patio, which really facilitates the ADA entrance better. And then they will also do a back patio adjacent to the mural in the next building, and we'll work our fire escape out the upstairs around that. Maybe waiting helped us figure out where we were trying to get to. I don't want to take a lot of your time tonight. We're excited to continue to see more entertainment-related businesses coming downtown. This will be the 3rd brewery or tap room within a 2-block area. I'm not much of a beer drinker, but they tell me that's enough to do a pub crawl. So we're excited to see that coming. I don't know if you're doing 1 vote or 2. Jane can tell you. But I'd be glad to answer your questions you have about either request.
Upstairs, 1 unit, 2 units?
Current plan, we're going to do 1 unit.
Okay.
To be honest with you, these kind of carry a dual zoning, and I think we may move our personal offices up there for a while.
Oh.
We'll build it out as a loft, but use it commercially because it still carries the C3 zoning.
Okay.
Any other questions for the applicant?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. If there's any audience comments, come on up. Seeing none, we could move to Planning Commission discussion.
Well, I want to acknowledge the fact that we have a bunch of regional and city planning students here tonight that are wanting to know how city works and how planning commissions work, and so we need to impress them. Now, my comment is any time that we can get more businesses downtown, and especially the kind of businesses that draw people, and 405 is a great brewery, which has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I'm glad they're moving downtown. And anytime we can have more housing downtown, because the whole, for years and years and years, we've been talking about trying to bring people downtown to Campus Corner, that's where urban areas thrive, is in bringing people to live and to act and to work downtown. And so I'm excited about this project.
Great, thank you. Anybody else want to impress any students? Okay, come back again for a longer agenda.
I'm going to tell Charlie you have to come back. This really doesn't count.
Okay, seeing none, then I would take a motion to approve
So moved.
Second.
and a vote.
You may vote. Everyone has voted, and the motion carried 7-0.
Moving to miscellaneous discussion, does the staff have any information for commission? Do the commissioners have any comments they would like to make? Okay, if there's nothing else to come before the commission, then I'll declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you.
A world record. This is a world record. What a way to
favorites.
start your-
Right.
Well,
Oh,
welcome.
they're all 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
I know, I didn't